this speaks a little bit to something you just said. If you're working with an artist and you have a difference of opinion with the artist over something you're working on, what would normally happen?
Oftentimes, I take off my ego hat when I'm in the studio. So a lot of times, there's this thing that happens where it's like people respect, for the most part, like sometimes most people assume like people respect others that they idolize. But I found that people, well, they do sometimes, but I found that people really respect the person that they kind of feel like is the alpha in their rapport, in this newfound rapport. But most producers, they kind of like, no, I'm the alpha. Like, you know how many records I've sold.
Yeah.
When truth be told, we've not sold anything. We've only made music and people chose to stream it and share it and buy it or whatever. We're not responsible for it, our success. There's millions of people who are responsible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But when you do that, like, oftentimes you run the risk of them just all of a sudden just being like, man, I went from like trembling in my boots talking to my parents about being so excited to be in the room with this guy to like, I run the show. And so when we get to that place that you're talking about, when there's a subtle disagreement, this is when I still leave my ego hat like hung up at the door. But that's when I say, maybe you should try this, or you know what, if you do that, it's probably going to be what you've been doing. And my job is to nudge you, to poke and prod and pull you in places that you would not go so that you can get a different result. Because if you do the same things, you're just going to make another one of those really well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when they have to trust you. And that's that same kind of very subtle trust of when someone says, oh, you snore in your sleep. But you're one of those people that doesn't snore and wake yourself up. You just snore in a certain hour or whatever. You just don't know.
Yes.
It's one of those subtle things that you just got to trust, that someone sees something that you can't see.
Yes.
Another example of what those subtleties is like, you hear yourself talk all day, and then you hear yourself on a voicemail and you sound completely different. And you hate what you hear, right? But everybody else hears the same thing.
Yes.
But you hate that.
Yes.
Well, the difference is because we're listening through the cavity of our head. But again, these people who don't notice those subtle differences, they rule that out. So if they can trust you enough,
yes,
to know that you can see, hear, or feel something that is way too close for them to discern, then you guys have the ingredients for like something new to come.
Yes.
What up? It's the Chord Room. Happy to be in the place once again, doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
homie Trim,
the one and only.
Terminology.
I got the names now.
Yeah, man. Terminology. See, terminology is like terminology is the study of what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's that's just what it is, man. But super producer, my favorite producer. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all say, that's my favorite producer. And he's just all around dope, man. So appreciate you holding down with us on this Chord Room special. Because look,
appreciate it.
We got his homies with us.
Yeah, two other dope producers that I fall like a little bit below on the tier rating.
Listen, we ain't gonna do all this humble stuff.
Hey,
we ain't doing all this humble stuff.
Let it know.
So listen, let me introduce them. So listen, first of all, let me tell y'all, man, we've been me and Trim been grinding with this podcast for a little bit now. It ain't too long. But me and Trim been riding together for at least close to 20 years, off and on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started we started a label back in like 2004, I think, I want to say somewhere around there. And you know, we've grown as men, right? And the growth that we've gotten, or what we've gone through has got us to this point. You know what I'm saying? We've survived a lot. And we are in the process of building something that's great. And I got enough faith to say that it's going to be bigger than what we ever thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? So we in the process of that. So in the midst of building this, we have met a lot of people, and we've met a lot of people, and those people came in and they came out. Some people we invited in, some people God kicked them out. It's just what it is. And through this journey, we've got some people who has contributed to what we have built and the foundation that we've put down. And it means a lot for people to stay around because, listen, keep it a buck. Me and Trim ain't got a buck. We ain't got no money to give. We at the infant stages of this thing, right? So the ones who stayed around are the most important. That's here for the grind. And with that being said, we got these two gentlemen who created a group which consists of Trem and these two that, you know, that will be the future of music. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to y'all the homie Marcus, aka BeatzMode. I think it's Introvert, right, Troy?
Yeah, that's it.
Introvert, Mr. Troy, and of course Trem. Together they call themselves QV3.
Of course.
I'm sure Tremor applause in there. What's going on? Y'all good? What's going on? How y'all doing, man?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. Good.
Good, man. Listen, I'm happy to even be doing this podcast. You know, me and Tremor already talked about this a minute ago that we was going to do an all producers podcast, and this one is right on time. You know what I'm saying? Because Old Mugs, Dark Ages is in stores right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go stream that. Stop being stupid. I'm just saying. Produced by Trem now. You know, that's been out for a few weeks now, about a month now, right? And then right after that comes his project, the Renaissance Project.
Yeah.
And that's going, like I said, this comes right on time because when that project come out, it's going to be beats selected. You know, I think some of y'all beats are selected on there, correct? I think we got a few of them on there. I know there's one of them. Sure,
yeah.
The one that I, helped out on. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I know that one's on there. So, so I know that one for a fact is going to be on there. So, but yeah, this is right on time. This is a perfect opportunity to start branding and really, getting y'all together. So, so tell everybody what exactly is QV3. What is that? When you put those words together, what does that mean to you? Anybody can go. It don't matter.
Shoot, let me see. I know for me, when I hear QV3, man, I think of like that's the formation of like a dynasty coming together. Like that's something like it's timeless and that's like that's something that stands the test of time of its own. So it's just something that when you hear that, it's going to be something that's going to be just going to blow anything else out the water and just make a statement for itself. So that's what I hear when I hear QV3.
Yeah, man. I mean, I say knowing, because these guys are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's personal to me. So I hear brotherhood. I hear folks. I hear the name for three guys who are seriously committed to creating music that you feel, that you vibe with, like no matter what as we're communicating amongst each other before it comes out, we know like, all right, that's a vibe. Now let's put it out there. So, you know, that's what I think just right off the top of my head. Quality.
QV3 is like, it's everything for me, man. Like, honestly, last year, I couldn't tell you I was going to be a part of this. I couldn't, bro. I honestly couldn't. Like, these two guys here, man, they pushed me to a level that I couldn't imagine that I would be at right now. And I mean, we built a brotherhood through this, man. We just made connections. Everything was just organic. It was nothing fake about it. I mean, we've always kept it 100 with each other, man. And, you know, when we get together and like we're sitting down, we're cooking up and we're doing beats and stuff, man, everything just flows. It's all natural. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just have a nice chemistry, man. Like, I feel like we're like the big three of any team. You know what I'm saying? Like, QV3 is just that, man. Like, that one word, quintessential, just like meaning quality, just giving you that kind of quality, man. We all have a different type of style, but just combine, I mean, individual as well, we just bring that quality music, man. So that's what QV3 is all about.
Yeah, I love it. I love the braggadocious. I love this is, listen, you know, I'm a New Yorker, so I don't listen. I think humble has its place, but when you talk about you and you talking about what you bring to the table, ain't nobody trying to hit humble. Well, you know.
So you saying we got to get up there on our Harlem flow?
Yeah, you gotta get like Jim Jones. You gotta get like Cam and them. You know what I'm saying? When you think you're the best, you gotta think you're the best before you become the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. So what exactly does QV3 stand for?
Go ahead, Troy. You wanted to brought this up. Help perform it.
So yeah, it's real simple. It's Quintessential Vibez. That's what it is. And we put the 3 on there, of course, because it's 3 of us. And like Mark was saying, like bro was saying, you know, when you look at quintessential, it's a quality example of something. So for us, that's a quality example of music.
Right. That name is a big statement. Like it is.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely says a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the logo done by Marcus is gonna be like, bruh, like
yes, sir.
That thing gonna look good on a jacket. I can look at I see it like on a nice like silk jacket. You know what I'm saying? Put that joint on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like the name on the front stitched. Like that thing gonna look hard, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that merch. You know what I'm saying? All of that gonna be coming real soon. So listen, I want to start with Marcus, man. So tell me first of all, when did you actually think you would want to produce? Like I'm saying, like what was that moment when you was like, yo, you know what? I might be able to do this.
honestly, bro, like I've been wanting to do it for, I would say, the last 3 years. Every time I would link up with Troy, man, he'd be playing his beats for me. I'm like, bro, that's hard, that's dope, you know. And I just eventually just kind of just was like, you know what? I wanted to kind of get into it too, man. Just being around him and seeing how much he enjoyed it, I started enjoying it. I just wasn't that good at it, but I enjoyed it. You know, I would only touch the keyboard whenever I linked with him, but if I didn't see him, I wasn't messing with it because I just wasn't confident enough. So it's just like last year with the whole pandemic going on and me not being at work and being home, I needed something to do. You know, watching TV shows, I got through everything. I was like, I need something else to do. So Troy had gave me my first keyboard. And, you know, that's how I started kind of messing around with it until I kind of bought my own and got that started. But I just started just creating, studying the craft, just trying to learn stuff, learn the program of Logic, just kind of getting into it and just practicing with it every day. And just getting that criticism, that feedback from Troy and just playing stuff and just having that listening ear, you know, just getting guidance. And I just kind of just took off from there. I just, from last year up to now, man, like it's just been a ride and a journey, man. And then just having Trim adding into it to also give me some of his knowledge that he already had, it just made me love it even more. And just having that team to just support me, man, like I can't see myself not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a big statement though. Like to see yourself not doing it, like think about it. Like he just started, and all of a sudden it's like, yo, it's a part of his DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a part of who he is. Like he can't see himself not doing this anymore. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy, man. What's your favorite? Who's your favorite producer?
My favorite producer? To be honest with you, man, I love Drummer Boy, man. Drummer Boy, he's one of my favorites, man. Him and Mike Will, those are like kind of my
nice.
top, those are my favorites right there.
Mike Will made it. Mike Will.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike Will he be bringing them hits, man. I just those two guys, man. Those were like my favorite ones, man. They really bring that passion because I'm passionate about 808s. I love a good 808 in a song, man, and they deliver that every time.
Mike Will is, I think Mike Will is I think he's the blueprint of what the great producer of this generation is.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Like Mike Will, when he started out with 2 Chainz, I only know him from 2 Chainz. So when he first started out, but then the versatility, when you move up to what he did for Kendrick, bruh, like I was like, who made this? Mike Will made it. I was like, oh, yo, like Mike Will. When I heard that beat, I said, yeah, he got it. When he took Ray Sherman, what he did with that, and made it like I didn't think it would be what it is. Just keeping it a buck with Ray Sherman. I didn't think it was going to be that big. I'm just being honest. But them dudes are like a rock star duo.
Yep.
You know, and I'm not saying I'm just speaking about the visual, what I see, the impact, you know, of what they've done, like the way people reacted to them.
Yeah.
You know, that's big. So shout out to Mike Will, definitely. Troy. tell me, bro, like what made you want to produce? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was that defining moment where it was like, yo, like, this is what I want to do?
Yo, so I'll kind of make a long story short. So I kind of take it all the way back to really getting into music. Started with the church. Grandma drags you to church. I'm sure all of us can attest to that. And, you know, live instrumentation is played. The voice is being, you know, used. So that's an instrument as well. So fast forward, start listening to like Anita Baker. We talked about that earlier. Gap Band, Stevie Wonder, like all these types of people. First rap song I remember listening to, Master P, Make Him Say, was in my room, got a cassette tape, popped it in, and all I heard was,
Yeah, people stupid.
Right?
Shout out to Beats by the Pound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that, and that's to kind of make a long story short, but I say that because it led up to, you know, the love for music. But what made me want to produce after having that love for music, and I'll never forget this day, my cousin Rocky, shout out to him. So at the time, Ludacris's song, that #1 spot song was out that used the Austin Powers sample. Well, Rocky flipped the sample in his way and he played it. So this is somebody that I dapped up on a regular basis. And now I'm looking at him in his face and he's playing this song and it was amazing. And I'm like starstruck over my cousin. He's my cousin. And I'm like, dude, this should be on the radio. But what really got me was I could look 45 degrees to my right and the production software that he used to make it was right there. So now I see that, like, I go from hearing this music to looking at a music producer. And I'm like, I want to do that. You know, I want to do that. So, and this was years ago. This was probably like 06, 07 or something like that. And I didn't actually start until like 2012 or 13 once I had the money to get the software. But at that was the defining moment that went from me being a fan of listening to music to saying, yo, I got to make like music. So yeah, shout out to Rocky, man. I don't know if he know that, but he was the reason why I actually wanted to make beats for sure.
Yes.
So, who's your favorite producer? Oh, I already know the answer to this. I'm just like
Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell, yeah. Like, now, listen. Like Pharrell, I mean, he is. It's kind of like the same thing with Mike Will.
Yeah.
Because you know, Pharrell can adapt to any climate you put him in.
Yeah.
And then when I first heard grinding,
yo, and that's the thing. Like, the reason why I love Pharrell as a producer is not just because of the music, but it's who he is as a person. And like you said, how he adapts. So you could see interviews and Pharrell will tell you he's not a gangster. And you could see the way he flows, he's not a gangster, right? But yet he can make music for gangsters. He can make pop. He can make R&B. He can work with Snoop. He can go in all these different directions. And when I was younger, once I started listening to like tracks by the Neptunes, really, honestly, I think I started listening to Neptune tracks without realizing it during like Danger with Mystical, when he, you know, working on stuff like that. And so again, he's working with this hardcore guy, but you got this different kind of sound that's coming out. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I listened to the Little Johns and the Tupac and all this stuff like that. But when I started listening to that, I'm like, yo, my personality wise, I can vibe with that on another level. So now it's not just listening to music. It's like, yo, I can kind of relate to this guy's personality. You know what I mean? The whole skateboard P thing and all of that, you know? So, cause I wasn't a gangster in the streets. Like I knew like that, but I wasn't a gangster. So now, you know, you got a guy in the music world that's just being himself and communicating and relating in that musical way to all these different people, and in a conscious way too, but just displaying it in a different way through art. So that really stood out to me.
And keep in mind, he say he ain't a gangster, but he will
exactly
back you up. I see him on Instagram with the push-ups and the Bruce Lee shirts. Like
Mike Lowry over here.
I done seen Troy get bucked in person. You hear me?
Right. You see what I'm saying?
You hear me? I ain't even gonna speak on that, man. But listen, you ever see that man one eyebrow go up?
Yo, bro, we cool?
Better
we
back
cool?
up quick.
We cool?
That's your warning.
I was watching. I watched The Last Dragon. No, I'm sorry. The Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I thought about Troy. I was like, yo.
It is Troy. That's true.
Hey, Bruce Lee was so smooth in that movie, though.
Exactly.
Like, he was
Oh, that's one of my
crazy in
favorite.
that movie.
Definitely.
Man, that
Hey,
I'm telling that's
I'm no threat. I'm like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? If there's a problem, you got to respond sometimes in a certain way.
that's true.
Say what you want.
Don't piss him off.
Say what
That's
you
all I
want.
gotta say. Don't
I
piss
ain't
him
gonna
off.
say nothing, but I know if my man's would have made the wrong decision, he would have been hurt that day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, bro, we cool?
That's it, bro.
You gotta have
came to
like,
look.
man.
Eyebrow up, man. He came to look. Yo, bro, we good? I was like, yeah, we good.
Hey, you know,
I knew at that moment, yo, he ain't the one to be playing with like that.
Yeah, you gotta have people like that on the team, man. That that can get it popping at any time. But guess what? It can get popping at any time. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
but at the same time, you got to keep professional. You know, making sure that we ain't messing up the money, messing the check up. You know what I'm saying? That's people like that.
True.
So Trem.
Yes, sir.
When was the day, that you fell in love, or that day you said, you know what, I'm gonna be a producer. Like, this is what I want to do.
Sure. It went kind of weird for me, man, because when I first started messing with music, my inspirations was like, I love John Williams. Like that's what stuff like that made me want to start messing with music, because I wanted to do like compositions for movies and films and stuff like that. So John Williams was like my inspiration for looking at that. That's what made me want to like start putting a direction toward that. But when we linked up and we formed our label back in the day, listening to shout out to M.Nice, because he's actually the one who turned me on to wanting to be a producer like that, like on that level, because listening to what he was able to do and just forming his whole beats and everything together, that inspired me to want to be a producer and to actually do it like that as well. Because I was like, man, like that's pretty dope. Like to be able to like, put that type of like, those melodies, those combinations together, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's what pushed me to be it. So again, shout out to M.Nice.
Shout out to Ed, man.
Yeah, that's the one who made me. That's who pointed me in this direction where I'm at right now, man. So definitely, my bad. I'm not supposed to meet up with him, man. We gonna make it happen. My bad. Just everything been crazy, but yeah, definitely.
I've definitely been crazy, but yeah, shout out to
Yes,
Ed, man. So I don't know what I'm about to ask this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
What's up, man?
Favorite producer.
Come on, man. Y'all should know this, man. It's Prince. You should know that.
That's what I said.
Every day.
I'm
You
asking.
know this. The man wrote and produced and performed his own stuff. Prince.
Man.
You can't knock that, man. I'm sorry. After that, become Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, of course. You know, aren't they like a byproduct of Prince right there? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why I asked. I said, let me just ask anyway. Maybe the people don't know, but he mentions Prince like every. So,
but I gotta ask this though. So, Mark, Troy, what you guys feel about another producer by the name of Dre? What you guys feel about Dr. Dre?
Listen, no. Y'all all guests on the show.
You said about who?
No. Don't worry about what he's talking about. Because right now he's yes.
He playing the petty card right now.
Exactly. Listen, I am the captain of this group.
I was about to engage with it, man.
We'll get into that later.
All right.
We'll get into that later. I already know what he's trying to do. So, listen, definitely I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. That's why I asked you those questions. So I'm gonna ask y'all a couple of questions. I need to know the first names that come into your brain when I say this. Troy, you ready?
Ready.
All right. Pharrell or Dr. Dre?
Pharrell.
Why? Why over Dr. Dre?
Why over Dr. Dre?
You know what's funny? You didn't even give a criteria.
I didn't. It's just things I'm putting together.
I'm assuming you're just saying, production wise, which producer I want to go with. And I'm a little bit biased to that. So I say Pharrell just because of the personality and the style and everything like that. And I feel like just from what I know, he's more versatile now. If I study Dr. Dre more, I may realize that he's going into many different lanes like pop, R&B, and all this different stuff. But I know, that's what Pharrell has done. But again, I think more so just personally the style. Everything from the clothing to all this type of stuff like that. That's just my personal bias, man.
So you think that Dr. Dre, you think Pharrell is better than Dr. Dre?
I'm not going to say better because everybody has their own respective lane.
I'm
That's
saying
just my
you.
preference.
I'm saying you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Troy.
Yeah. That's
don't mess up any potential signing opportunities here.
Right.
This is worldwide.
I'm just saying, if I had to pick, if I'm thinking of it from a product like song, like catalog, right? If I gotta pick, okay, I can only listen to Pharrell, production, Neptune production, or Dre. If I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick Pharrell. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just me. Nothing, no disrespect at all to Dre. Nothing taken away from Dre. That's just
right. But you think that Pharrell is better than Dr. Dre?
I ain't
say that. You ain't say that. We try to make it say.
No. I said
better.
Okay.
Because then for me to say better, we have to really define, okay, say if we got 10 points of whatever criteria it is, you know what I mean? But
no, there's no criteria. It's just feel.
Yeah, that's just preference. Like feeling vibe as far as listening to the both and what they've done. I'm just more biased to the Pharrell side of the house.
Okay. That's cool. Trim.
Sir.
Babyface. L.A. Reid.
Wow. Which one?
Baby Jam and Terry Lewis.
Ooh,
man, I'm gonna go with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, dude. I'm sorry. I like Babyface and I like L.A. Reid.
So Babyface has written and produced him and L.A. Reid. Some of the biggest names in the world. And you honestly think that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is better than Babyface and L.A. Reid?
I'll put them up there over that because here, like I said, see, I can break mine down a little bit. See, the names that the names that you of the artists that you said that Babyface and L.A. Reid have wrote and produced for, at the same time when L.A. Reid and Babyface were hot, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was in those same circles. There was a time, even once, I mean, like, you know, they were asking, like, you know, who should we go with, Babyface, L.A. Reid, or, you know, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Both of you are going to give you a hit. And both, honestly, are on the same kind of caliber. Like, they're both good. But why I choose Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis over Babyface and L.A. Reid is because from the output of artists that they've worked with a range of different artists, and they've been able to change their style. Not saying that Babyface and L.A. Reid have not done that either, but I think that I like their style, their ability to be able to, like, you know, make a hit and take artists from basically nothing and turn them into something. Dude, they changed Janet Jackson's whole career around. And on top of that, they've been able to, every single album she's came out with, from Control all the way up to, when was the last album they worked with her? Even the last one they just worked with her, that came out like about a few years ago. But every single album they've came out with this woman, they've changed her style. And not to mention, they can adapt. They've been known to adapt to every other artist's style. Not saying that Babyface and L.A. Reid have not done that, but also at the same token, Babyface and L.A. Reid, all the famous artists that they worked with, it started off together, but then all of a sudden it split where it just Babyface was working with that. So Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have remained together. Babyface is the one who's actually, he's been the one producing a lot of stuff. Like when Babyface made Win the Excel, that was Babyface. But I see L.A. Reid on that.
L.A. Reid's still behind the scenes, right?
I know he's behind the scenes, but
he's
L.A. Reid
playing instruments and doing all of this.
But he ain't doing.
All right,
he's
let's
not
just
doing all that stuff.
You
like
think,
what's up?
You think that the tag team of Babyface of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is better than Babyface?
I'll put them up there. Like, honestly, it's an even race, but I will put Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis like a notch above it, just a notch.
What do y'all? I want to know what they think about that one.
No comment.
No. You don't do that on the courtroom. You don't do that on the courtroom.
I don't have any actual factual on any other people.
Right. I don't have enough of
I don't have enough knowledge to speak on.
You mean to tell me y'all don't know Babyface and Jimmy Jam Terry Lewis work? Y'all don't know. Yeah. I mean, I know what he did for Janet Jackson, because they did some amazing work with Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
But Babyface has made whole soundtracks that he's made. He's written for some of the greatest groups, some of the greatest artists by himself.
I'll add this. Babyface is a better writer in my book from them. But the thing with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis is, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis will, if they write a song for an artist, they will adapt that song directly to that artist. But if you listen carefully to Babyface, if he writes a song, you can tell this is kind of like a Babyface song, because
I don't agree with that.
No. Babyface will adapt. Babyface will adapt it to the artist, but you hear an element to where that's Babyface.
But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put
no. Honestly, cool, but I want to be able to where, like, if you can manipulate and hide your sound and turn it off a little bit to where you make it sound like them, that's genius. Dude, I'll Make Love to You was written by Down Bended Knee was written by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They produced that.
But hold on. You mean
that was Boyz II Men? Boyz II Men had two. They had Babyface on there, and they had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis on that album. Down on Bended Knee, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis wrote that for them. That was, I mean, I couldn't tell compared to all the other stuff. A little bit for Babyface, if you listen carefully, you're gonna hear some of his elements coming through to where that's kind of his signature, which is not bad, but to be able to hide your sound completely to where you really can't tell. I mean, and Babyface has done that sometimes too, but if you listen carefully, I mean, and granted, Jim and Jerry Lewis has a little bit of a signature, a little bit too, with their stuff too. But I think they hide a little bit better. That's just me.
When you heard "Sitting Up in My Room,"
that's Babyface.
But you didn't know that was Babyface.
Yes,
Come
you
on,
did.
dog. No, bro. When you hear "Sitting Up in My Room,"
stuff. Listen to how he writes this stuff.
You don't think that's Babyface.
Listen to how he writes this stuff. It's like, how can one be down? Tell me when to stop. That's lyric like that. Or, well, shoot, everyone falls. Or just to say the word shoot. That is Babyface type of stuff.
Listen.
It is.
I don't know about all of that.
Digging the scene, digging on you, TLC, stuff like that. Digging the scene, digging on you.
I feel like
shoot, sitting up in my room. Can you see the kind of style of that? That's Babyface.
If you did not know that Babyface wrote that song, you wouldn't have thought these songs was by Babyface.
Listen to. They have a signature to them that is a Babyface signature.
A great poet once said, "I don't believe you. You need more people."
A great poet also said, "Once upon a time, not too long ago, there was a child." I'm messing up my lyrics, man. Y'all be messing with you.
don't do that to Dre 2000. But listen,
I can't.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. I don't believe Trimmer now, but whatever. We gonna move on.
Listen to it, man. This Babyface got the signature. He even wrote Tenderoni. My heart belongs to Tenderoni. Can you see the type of the creative aspect of like the type of words that he'll use in that? Shoot, Tenderoni, sitting up in my room, digging the scene, digging on you. Dude, can you can't pick those together?
No, I don't believe it.
Listen to them.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Mark.
Oh Lord, we still on the same topic.
Nah, I'm about to ask you.
Subscribe and leave it in the comments.
We gonna move on to some other producers.
Thank you.
We'll move some other producers.
Oh,
Mike Will.
Oh,
Or Pharrell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Troy. Mike Will. And I'm just saying, I'm not basing it off impact or anything. It's just my preference of a style.
But see, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, like, if I hear Mike Will track, I'm vibing to that more than I vibe to a Pharrell track. Nothing against Pharrell. He makes great music, but I relate more to Mike Will's types of beats, the type of instrumentals that he creates. I relate more to that genre of music. Mike Will ain't doing all of the different things Pharrell out there doing, but what he's doing is what I like.
I mean, all right. So you think, because here's the thing with me. Like I know, all right. So I'm gonna give you an example because this is how I am with music, right? So Jay-Z, to me, is one of the most lyrical dudes. Like, let me just say that. Full package. He got everything, right? Mm-hmm. And at this time, I was a huge Jay-Z fan. Never forget this day. August. Picture it. New York. August. I forget what year that was. But the Takeover comes out. This Summer Jam. Anybody who in New York knows that Summer Jam is like the biggest stage in the world. Why? Because it's Hot 97. Once again, I told y'all Hot 97 is the biggest station in the world. So when you talk about Summer Jam, this is the stage. Takeover comes out. This is Nas. So I'm like, man, Nas ain't gonna.
I know that's 2001 for sure, though.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Nas ain't recovering from that. He ain't coming back from that. Takeover? Nah. I heard that ether. I felt it in my soul, my spirit. It broke. I felt like ether was in my chest. When I heard this, I said, yo, I forgot about Nas. But let me tell you this. I thought this whole time that Jay was better than Nas this whole time.
A lot of people did that around that time too.
But when I heard Ether, I said, yo, Jay may be one of my favorites, but Nas
at the top.
I've never heard of this song like this. Now you understand this is dope. You know, it's kind of like this. It's kind of describing this time where you didn't have to respond within 24 hours, right? So
Right.
Nas responded probably like September, October. Nas wasn't going to respond. But when I heard that Tupac sample in the beginning that said FJZ, I said, oh no. Who, because you understand, at this time, Pac is gone, right? There's nobody ever, I've never heard anybody sample Pac. And understand you had to go through Suge Knight to get that Pac sample.
I guess I'm pretty sure he was happy to release it at the time because there was a long history with them beefing, right?
Who?
Pac didn't like Jay.
Oh, Pac didn't like Nas either.
But still.
He didn't like Nas. But the point I'm trying to make is that I had to come to the crossroads where I was like, you know what? If somebody asks me who's better, Nas or Jay-Z.
Ooh, who are you picking?
It's definitely going to be a tough call, but I'm going to have to go with Nas.
A lot of people will.
Now here's the thing. If you ask me who has a better catalog, I want to say Jay-Z.
Yeah, he does.
I want to say Jay-Z. But when you engage in battle, like that to me gets more points. Because when Nas' back was against the wall, his mom just died. He just lost his mom that year. And you hear somebody dissing you on the radio like that, or on one of the biggest stages in the world, and you come back with that Ether, whew, bruh, them words sting me. I was like, as a Jay-Z fan, I was like, oh, shoot.
Why?
Right, like this is crazy. But I say all that to say, sometimes you got to sometimes you got to go against what sometimes you got to look at the facts, versus personal preference. That's just me. That's how I do it. But I wanted to test y'all and see what y'all producer, but I got one more for everybody. Just a question. Do you think Dr. Dre is a real producer? Or now here's why I say this. Right? Dr. Dre is responsible for Death Row, right? Now this is all allegedly, which I believe is true, but I'm gonna label it allegedly. So Dre has been known to use ghost producers, allegedly. He's had people on his team like Scott Storch. He's had people that he took people beats and he's kind of really just like tweaked them. So it's like, if you were a movie director and you were, you were making like a B-rated movie, he took it and made it an Emmy Award winning movie.
Yeah.
Add this, turn this up.
Mm-hmm.
You know. What do you think? Is that respected to you? Because if he didn't make these beats, right? Like he didn't actually craft these beats like what you guys do. You go in the studio, you like right now, Mark got his keyboard in front of him right now. So, but if he didn't go into the studio, make the beat, and craft the beat. Keep in mind, this whole time he was telling us all that he made all these beats. Straight lying to the public.
Wait a minute. Is this allegedly?
No. He told me, all right, I'm gonna leave it allegedly, but he did tell us that he made all these beats. That's a fact, right? Like everybody thought that Dr. Dre made all these beats. Do you think that he's a producer? Like, is that respected to y'all?
So,
okay,
wait, bro.
You want me to start?
Yeah. Do you think, bro?
I mean, allegedly, if this is the case that he got somebody's beat and he tweaked it and created it and turned it into something else, I would still say yes in a sense, because it wouldn't be any different from somebody taking a sample of an old track, like a 70s or 80s track, and they pull somebody's melody. Because I've heard some samples that sound relatively close to what the original sound was. They just might have tweaked the pitch in it, changed the velocity or the speed on it, and added some reverb, and they took it and ran off with it. But they still considered to be a producer of that track. Do I respect it? No, because that's somebody else that should have been getting credit for that beat in particular, that might have cooked something up and you just took it and you decided to just play with different elements versus creating a sound of your own. I don't respect it. I still consider him a producer because he is putting some kind of musical twist to it to create something, but respecting the way he did it, no, I don't respect how he did it.
Yeah.
Sure. What you think?
Yeah, bro, I definitely like you said, it's like sampling in a sense, but I think the key thing is even with regular sampling, you got to clear it, right? You got to, get that permission, license and all that. So giving credit, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to take something, if this allegedly is the case and you're going to take something and basically polish it and make it into something better, give credit where credit is due. Hey, I got this from bum ass producer X. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at least they get credit. But I mean, with how you're breaking it down, it's like you create two categories of producers at that point, right? Like the person who's given some type of input or creative direction, and again, polishing something and increasing the quality of it in terms of how it wants to be received or how the public wants to receive it. Then you have the person that is behind the keys. Anybody who's behind the keys, they know the process. Like it is a process. It is not an easy thing to do. It's fun. It's what you enjoy, but it's not an easy thing to do. So on that level, I mean, that's not something I vibe with personally, not to, again, allegedly, if all this stuff is true, as in saying, hey, I made all these beats, when that's not the actual case, when you took it and polished it, like, no, I can't respect that. Like if you made a beat, you made a beat. If you didn't, then just say, yeah, hey, I took this and I polished it and made it better. What's wrong with saying that? What's wrong with keeping that as the truth? There's nothing wrong with that. But that's what I would say. If you played it, take credit. If you didn't play it, don't take credit. Give credit to the person who did play it, but you take the credit of, hey, I made it into something better. So
do you consider him a producer?
Talk about me.
I want to hear whether you say yes or no on it.
Me?
Based on what you just said. I said yeah. I still consider him one. What do you say?
I mean,
me? Oh, you talking about Troy, my bad.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I would say yes, because I think at the end of the day, although he may not have produced all of those tracks, he did produce something, right? So, you know what I mean? Like he produced something. He contributed to producing something. At some point or several times, he got in that studio, got behind his keys, chose a bass line, keys, percussion, all that stuff like that. And he probably did that more than once. Of course, we talk about this stuff and it's hard to say because we weren't there. But at the end of the day, like, you know, I think he's done that enough to earn that title of a producer. Now, taking somebody's sound and then flipping it and saying you produced it, like I don't consider that as producing, but playing, you know, the actual instruments, that's what I consider as a producer. Even if you're playing MIDI and you're using, you know, your DAW digital audio workstation, like if you are in the process of clicking those keys and clicking buttons and moving stuff around, but because you played something, then I look at that as I don't know, more so production. That's how I look at it. But you know, I'm sure I'm gonna maybe make another point on this because yeah. Trim, what you got? What you got, man?
I consider him a producer because honestly, there's producers that are in the game that have gotten their credit as such. Quincy Jones is one. Now, no disrespect to Quincy Jones, because Quincy Jones knows how to play instruments, but a lot of his productions is he works at the scene as a composer, where he will tell, you know, one musician to play a certain kind of note or key like this or whatnot, and then tell another to add a certain kind of flavor or whatever to whatever is going on over here. If somebody playing some keys, he brings elements together. It's kind of the same instance where Dr. Dre allegedly has brought elements together to make something that was not to what like okay, like we hear something now, we know it to be that. If it wasn't for him bringing those elements together to make that sound, we wouldn't hear it like how we hear it now. But if like allegedly, if somebody puts some work into something, I feel that, you know, that credit should be given to that person. Like, you know, they did this type of work. I mean, me as a producer, that's how I feel. Like, you know, whoever, if you touched it some kind of way, you need to get the credit. That's just me.
So from what I'm hearing is that he's a producer, but he just the person, if allegedly he did this, he should give the credit.
Yeah.
Give credit what credit's due.
So if he takes the credit and he just touched it up, and he just and he told everybody that he did the beat.
Yeah.
He's still a producer.
Nah, that example is not what I would give the title of producer to. Yeah.
No, I was about to say he's a criminal at that point. You just straight up just stole that verse and beat, man. You just went and just tweaked something and just passed it back on. Like, no, I could see if it was just something somebody, like you said, if it was a ghost producer and somebody might have made something and he just added some flavor to it. And I mean, yeah, because he added some elements and he actually put some work in, a little work in on it. But now just taking it and just doing a quick little flip and putting it out there and saying, I did it. No, I couldn't say he's a producer at that point.
So you know,
what part of the craft is he doing at that point? If all he's doing is just taking it and just switching your sounds up and just putting it back out.
That's like engineering. Like
yeah, he's an engineer. You can say that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen. This is hip hop, right? Right? Like I'm going to say that I'm going to preface my statement with this is hip hop.
Yeah. And
in hip hop, you have to, there's a certain standard. Like, I understand, yeah, see, what Quincy Jones was doing, that was composing.
Yeah.
Right? He was composed because he had orchestras around him. He had musicians, right? Hip hop comes from the dirt. It's like we took instruments that wasn't supposed to be together and we created sounds.
Yeah.
When Quincy Jones was doing it, they were saying hip hop was going to die. And it's one of the biggest genres to this date, if not the biggest to this date. Right?
True.
So with that being said, you to me, and these is all alleged stories. This is what I've heard. Like Dr. Dre is the type of producer that he'll get, if he hears a beat, he'll tweak that beat. Like, for example, a lot of those beats on the Chronic was done by Daz. Let's keep it all the way at G. Daz and Warren G. Maybe Dre did some, but Daz and Warren G did a lot of those beats.
Can't forget the doggy style too.
Daz did a lot of the doggy style. Right? Scott Storch did stuff like Family Affair, but everybody thought Dre did that beat. Right? Dun, 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 dun.
California Love.
All Dre did, Dre added some stuff allegedly to this beat. I heard this from the producer that says he produced this song. When he came in the studio, he had the beat. He had that dun 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 dun. So what I hated what the producer said, well, you know, with that song, I came in with that, and then Dre did the rest of it. Dog, that's the song.
Yeah.
That's the whole beat.
That is a major melody that makes that track.
Exactly.
He probably added a triangle.
Right. It's like it's so many people, so many producers are trying to get their money back from Dre when he made these deals, allegedly made these deals saying, yo, I'm gonna get, you want to get X, Y, and Z, and he didn't give it to him. Other prime example, just another story. I heard this on the G-Funk era documentary that Snoop and Warren G and them did. So the Chronic is hitting. Like, Chronic changed the whole entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
True.
So when it was time for everybody to get signed, Daz signed with Death Row. All of these people on the Chronic signed with Death Row, right? So when they went on tour, this is when all the signing happened. So I think Snoop was the last one to sign. Now, if those people that don't know that Snoop, Nate Dogg, and Warren G pretty much created the G-Funk sound. Like that was they coined that phrase. So a lot of these sounds, remember, we're going from, here's what people are missing. We're going from NWA Dre to Death Row Dre. These are two different sounds.
True.
Sonically are different. So when you start with, like, I've never heard Dre sample, at least I don't think I've ever heard him sample like G-Funk, like George Clinton and all of that, right? But anyway, I digress. So when Snoop comes to sign, he's like, yo, where's Warren G? Is he gonna sign? They was like, oh yeah. Warren G, he gonna sign later. Warren G never signed because they left Warren G back in Compton. Suge didn't want to sign Warren G. In his mind, we didn't need Warren G. I got Dr. Dre. Right? Dr. Dre's supposed to be running Death Row too, right? You left your stepbrother.
Yeah.
One,
keep forgetting that it is a stepbrother. That's true.
Right. The one who helped you,
who went to the stores,
who went to the store, who went to get all of
in the
these
crates
samples.
to find the records.
Yeah.
To make that sound.
You left him sitting at his aunt's house? You left him sitting at his aunt's house in Compton while y'all go on tour.
Hey, I look at it like this. It was meant to happen because if Warren G did sign with them, who knows if there would have been a Death Row Records? Because during that time period, yeah. So what I mean, not a Death Row. Who knows what it would have been? Def Jam. Because during that time, he was the one who helped Def Jam come out of the slump they were in.
He single-handedly saved Def Jam. Def Jam would have went bankrupt without Warren G.
Yeah.
Because Regulators did the same numbers that a Death Row record would have did. Right? But still, on my Dr. Dre. Don't try to change the subject, Trent.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. My point is, if this is true, which this is the story that I'm hearing, I can't respect that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? And then you tell me that you produce all. I don't like being lied to. I really don't. Yeah. Like you all these years, my heart was broken when I heard, yo, Mailman, like this dude Mailman, he doing tracks, all these tracks on 2001, the Chronic 2001, and he ain't getting paid for it. And I'm like, yo, but Dre did these. Nah, Mailman did a lot of these beats. You know how many years it took him to get his credit for the 2001 Chronic? Like,
yeah, because I remember on the case they were saying that they gave him the title that he co-produced with Dre, but I don't think he was getting the pay. He wasn't getting paid for it.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, either way, there's too many situations where Dre hasn't paid somebody for a track. It's too many of them. So, it's a no for me, dog. I'm just saying.
A big no.
Is it some of them or all of them?
I'm gonna tell you something. I personally went through Dr. Dre's whole catalog, and it ain't one track. Let me say that it's a couple tracks that I can find that he did not have a co-producer on them.
Yeah, I don't think he had a co-producer for Supersonic.
Easy. What's his name? Mike. Dang, what's his name? L something. This dude was popping up on almost all the Eminem stuff with Dr. Dre.
Rene Elizondo.
Yeah, exactly him. He was popping up on all the Eminem Dr. Dre songs.
Yeah.
All of them. Besides the ones that the dudes, the other production team that he had, the brothers.
SBT brothers.
And then the other ones were produced by Eminem. But the ones that produced by Dr. Dre had another producer on them. I did the best research I can find. Everything that I could do. I looked at all the songs. It ain't too many songs that he got. Even think about it. NWA had 2 DJs. I don't know. I don't know if DJ Yella did all these beats, or maybe he just tweaked those beats too. DJ Yella might have did all of them. I don't know, but listen. I don't mean to bust nobody Dr. Dre bubble. I'm just saying these are the things that I've collected. I love hip hop. I'm a hip hop historian. I'm just saying that's just what it is. But we'll move on from Dr. Dre. I'm just saying. But that's an ongoing thing with us in the core room. Like we always talk about Dr. Dre because I still feel a certain type of way if this is true.
Yeah.
Not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that goes to show you that hip hop, a lot of the music is just illusions anyway, man. Y'all know any hip hop / rapper producers? Like y'all got
rapper producers.
Yeah, like Troy,
Juicy J.
Ooh,
Jay.
ooh,
That's my guy.
Jay
DJ Paul.
Like
I was
J.
big
Cole?
on
That's
I was big on 3 6 Mafia. DJ Paul, those my guys right there, man.
that's a good one, bro. Not enough credit.
Juicy J is that's my dude, man. My man can bring it with the bars, and he can kill beats. And he can sample like crazy. Juicy J's is nice all the way around the board, man.
Too many beats. I'm telling you, that's a good one, bro. I like that one. That man, because I'm gonna tell you what I like about Juicy J know how to double up on his money.
Yeah.
If you listen to the last album, he sampled all his old stuff and then put it on the current album. Not all of it, but a lot of the stuff that he did was samples of old stuff that he did.
Yep.
That's doubling up on the money. That's hustling, bro.
That is.
That is hustling. Like you getting paid twice.
Twice. Yep. He's killing it with his songs. He's killing it with the beats he's making for himself. Not just himself, like even these mainstream artists. Like he had a couple of tracks he produced on Megan Thee Stallion's album.
Yeah,
I heard a few of them on there, man. Juicy J to say he's up there, he's still killing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people talk about Juicy J like that. DJ Paul. Hey, I like that joint he did on Drake album where you hear the people.
The blue tent song.
Is that the one where you hear the people? I'm gonna get some money, man. Like in the beginning.
It was the one with Jay-Z. Jay-Z was on it.
Yeah. That beat was hard. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't the biggest Drake fan like that, but that beat was hard. Like that was
like. Wait, which album was that off of again?
That was on.
On the Scorpion album.
Yeah, Scorpion.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I think the song was called. I think it was called Blue Tent. It was Drake featuring Jay-Z, but DJ Paul produced that. Man, that joke was crazy. It was dope.
That was a dope beat.
Yeah,
like,
I'm big on 3 6 Mafia. That was my group coming up.
That's a good one. What you got like DJ MC combo? You got any Troy?
DJ MC combo?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, as soon as you asked that question, I thought of J. Cole.
Okay. Your favorite? Your other favorite? You thought I forgot. I forgot. Okay, my bad.
I rock with J. Cole. Of course, I had
to rock with J. Cole, man. Cole is he's in that category where you got your artist and you got your producer. So definitely.
Check this out, Clint. You might like this one. What about RZA?
I like RZA. It's just the bars and the beats, they don't balance out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he a dope. He dope. Like when he with the woo, like he balanced the woo out. But when you talking about like album and beats, like I can't listen to a whole RZA album by himself.
Gotcha.
But as far as like just the way that MC rapper, definitely a good one. I mean, I like there's a lot of them, man. KRS-One produced his whole catalog for the most part. I mean, the man is. I didn't know KRS-One worth like $10 million, y'all. Like, KRS-One.
Jeez.
Yeah. Listen, I'm thinking like, he might just be 1,000 there. No, 10 million.
Yeah.
Because Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin sampled that 1, 2, 3. The crew was called BDP. Kirk Franklin sampled that, and then he did that over. Like I saw the credit. I saw L. Parker. I already knew KRS-One getting credit for that joint. You know what I'm saying? I forget the name of that Kirk Franklin song. But that's the melody that he took. He took that melody So, and then there's so many other songs that people sample from KRS-One that he produced and wrote. Like that song, I got 100 clips, nigga, I'm from New York. That's KRS-One.
Wow.
He had another song, it's called, he said, I got 100 clips and I'm heading to New York. Like that's his song. Like his melody, like he's like what Juicy J is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like KRS-One, like you look up his catalog, all of them going to have his name. He did all the beats, and he did. Like I thought the whole time that Scholar Rock did all those beats, but KRS-One was producing, and Rakim is another.
Say, yeah, Rakim is another one. He like produced his own stuff too. Well, had a hand in help in producing it.
And I'm talking about like really like instruments, get on the 808s. You know, that type of.
What about Big Crit?
Big Crit, another one.
He's another one too. Yeah, he's
that dude nasty, dude. He's so nasty.
Yeah, like, and I'm talking about superior lyricists.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
and his beats are hard too.
Crazy with the production. Yeah.
Like, I'm an old P-Rock, another one. That's my dude. Like, P-Rock is one of those. Like, he's a superior producer, but nobody thought he had bars like that. So he started rapping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but P-Rock, it's a lot of producers that, I mean, a lot of rappers that were producing. Pimp C.
Pimp C. What? Yeah, Pimp C too.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, son. Pimp C did all the UGK beats.
Wow, that's crazy.
All of them. It's beats out there that we probably haven't heard from Pimp C, like a whole bunch of them. I'm guaranteeing. Like he's the glue. He was the glue to UGK. Like for real, like you think because Bun got bars.
Yeah.
But Pimp his presence, his accent, his beats, like all of that was what made UGK. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the glue, you know, to UGK, man. That's unfortunate that he passed away though. But yeah, Pimp C. Who else?
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
I give Soldier Boy his props, man.
I give him his props. I wasn't too crazy about it.
I mean, but
my man did produce his own beats. He did write his own music, and he did come with a dancing combo to come with it. So he was hitting it all the way across the board, man.
First social
media artist, Soldier Boy. Huh?
First social media artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one. I think was he the first one to go viral? Was he?
Yeah,
first
on YouTube.
Yeah.
He ain't let nobody forget that.
Oh, he should. They're going to. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to forget about that. So he's not.
I guess he's not making sure people don't forget about it.
He shouldn't, because I almost forgot.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Somebody said that you have to be a good producer. That you like to be an artist, like a rapper or like a singer. You have to be a good producer. You know, like LL Cool J produced a lot of songs that a lot of people don't know about.
They didn't know about that.
You know, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot like that. That is definitely a must to have. Like you got to know something about production, you know, in order to be a good artist. You know what I'm saying? So, but before we end this, I got one more comparison for y'all.
Uh-oh.
Diddy or Jermaine Dupri?
Jermaine.
I'm going with Jermaine.
Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Jermaine.
Yeah.
Why Jermaine?
Yeah, I was about to say, why Jermaine?
Jermaine gets behind the boards.
That's what
Puff do too.
I'm thinking.
Oh, y'all just think Puff just can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy. No. Puff behind the boards with them hitmen.
Most of Puff's hits, I take it to like this. Most of Puff's hits were from remake samples from the 80s.
Okay.
Jermaine Dupri, he crafted them bad boys.
Don't know about all of that.
He might sample, but Jermaine Dupri crafts. He crafts.
But okay. So that's a good segue to like, okay, so sampling, right? Like are we downplaying like because Puff is the king of the sample. Like he knows how to loop a sample like it's nothing. Like when he find that pocket, when you listen to that I.N.T.R.O.V.E.R.T sample that he took, and made it more money, more problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you take that Al Green sample and make it Let's Get It, like you hear the way that thing is looped. Now I'm not saying that because here's the thing. Puff is not like he has a team of producers.
Of course, yeah.
Right? He got
Jermaine Dupri. I don't know if he has. I'm pretty sure he probably has a team as well. But I feel Jermaine Dupri, like, dude, touches on the tree. He's in there, man. He's in there.
Okay, so listen. All right. So would Puff and Dre be a better comparison?
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be a better comparison.
He's doing that like hands-on professional approach.
Yeah, Jermaine Dupri he'll get up in there and play some instruments.
But I feel like Puff can get on the boards, right? But Puff is more of he's an executive producer.
Yeah.
He oversees the project.
Yeah.
Because that extra sauce that he puts on it, like he like you bring it to him, he gonna put that sauce on that joint, right? Which and he knows. See, what I love about Puff is that he gave his hitmen they props.
That's another thing. See, that's what I respect right there. He'll give them their props. That's the difference between allegedly what goes on with Dr. Dre. He does not. Getting credit is hard, and that's been the issue. Allegedly, what people have been coming out and saying they're not getting their credit.
Watch that G-Funk documentary. It ain't listen. I'm sorry. I don't think it's alleged. Watch that G-Funk because even DOC said it. DOC was like, Dr. Dre is not the one to give credit. Just saying. But anyway, I didn't mean to bounce back on Dr. Dre. I'm just saying. But so I guess. All right, so y'all saying that so I would say that Diddy and Dre might be a better comparison.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like that is extremely important. It takes skill to pick the right producers, oversee the process, and really determine, hey, okay, based on my connection with the crowd or with the culture, what's going to really hit. Like that is an amazingly important piece of the puzzle. Mm-hmm. But, at the end of the day, touching the keys is touching the keys. They're still producing the content that you have to evaluate. You know what I mean? Right. So
listen, my favorite producer is DJ Premier.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hip hop wise, DJ Premier smash it. All of y'all.
Yeah.
All of y'all. Like when you talking about like that boom bap, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like his catalog is crazy. RZA. RZA. Easy Mo B. I need y'all to look these people up.
Yeah, Mo B. He's been back around.
Has
he got history there.
Some of the greatest he's done. He's produced Big Daddy Kane. He's produced Biggie. He's produced Pac. He's produced most of the Lost Boys hits. Those big, huge hits. He did Flavor in Your Ear.
Crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? This This is Easy Mo B. He touched that Me Against the World album by Pac. Yo, Mo B, I don't understand. Like he did that. What's the name of that joint? Temptations.
Temptations, yep. Temptations though.
He did. I'm telling you, he had 6 joints. He had 6 songs on the Ready to Die album. That Craig Mack alone puts him in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. When you hear that Craig Mack flavor in your ear, ain't nothing on the planet like it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Easy Mo B, man. I'm sorry. I don't think that people talk about him enough, and he don't talk about himself enough.
Yeah, he's a humble guy.
You put that verses together and put Easy Mo B in the ring and see what's gonna happen. He's just gonna turn that Lost Boys on. He gonna put that Lex Coops Beamers in the Benz on.
Yeah.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no smoke with Easy Mo B. That's all I'm saying. If anybody, if he comes to the ring, he gonna come to the ring. You don't want it with him. I would love to see what they put up against Easy Mo B. But anyway, those are some of my favorite producers, man. But man, it was a good conversation, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. But I want to come back to the group. What are y'all plans? Like, what are y'all, you know what I'm saying? What are your goals in the next 3 years?
Yeah, we got a lot, man. We've talked about a whole lot. I mean, just to share a little bit of it, from working on tracks to submit, for TV placements. So we're not just thinking the traditional route of working with different artists, which of course that's in the mix because that's just what you love to do as a producer. But working with different artists, but also putting together tracks to where we can submit and get played on TV. I know Trim and myself, and I'm sure Bro is too. We're working on like individual albums, lo-fi albums. So those are just some of the things that we're working on so far. I know my brothers will chime in there.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's basically what we all got going on, man. We're collaborating on things, but we also got our own little individual projects. Basically, just trying to get started with, getting our music heard, getting it out there, starting to build up a base of people who can follow it, listen to it, keeping stuff up to date, fresh form, something they can look forward to that they can enjoy, man. And also, like, just networking with people, networking with artists, just getting our sounds out there, man. Just letting the world know who QV3 is.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely, man. Just like my brother said, man, we definitely trying to just work on the projects, man, get stuff together, get it rolling. Definitely got some side projects individually coming out. And we speaking of which, segue note back to my brothers, man. We definitely need to put together that collaborative idea that you mentioned, Mark. I like that. So I think we need to put that together for sure, and make that happen. Definitely make that happen.
I'm gonna speak this Chord Room EP. I'm gonna speak this Chord Room album. I definitely would love to see something like that. That'd be like I want to see a Chord Room album like it used to be with what's the name of that with Raucus, the Lyricist Lounge, Chord Room compilation like that. That will be hard. That'd be hard. I think that would be dope. But yeah, man, like I mean, I definitely can't wait to see what this grows into. And you know what I'm saying? And me, I'm just gonna play the back. I'm like Ghost. I'm killing stuff, but you don't know it's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm staying behind the scenes where I am, you know what I'm saying, chef, doing me. You might see me do some other things, but as far as music,
Or we're gonna call you Clint St. Patrick.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, I'm Ghost. I'm behind the scenes. They be like, Ghost didn't do that. Who's Ghost? I don't know Ghost. Man, chilling, man. Teno St. Patrick.
Teno St. Patrick.
Yeah, running for office. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long. You know what I'm saying? But listen, any last words? We get out of here.
Man, appreciate the Chord Room for having us on. Of course, love the podcast, always checking out the episodes. Everybody definitely needs to tune in, keep following. But yeah, definitely appreciate you guys, for putting this together and letting us come on to share some stuff and have a good discussion for sure.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the invite, guys. I appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity to speak and introduce myself to your audience as well. Follow me on Instagram and SoundCloud at BeatzOnBeastmode, BeatzOnBeastmode. Appreciate the follows. I ain't gonna say the like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna leave that to you guys. Let Trim go ahead and do his thing, and Teno, you can close it out, bro.
Me, just dude, just enjoying stuff, man. You can just always follow me at I.N.T.R.M 1000. I know that's my main IG, but I'm about to start working on coming up with another IG page that strictly just does nothing but just show the beats. I'm still gonna keep I.N.T.R.M 1000, but it's another page gonna be coming soon. It's gonna be strictly just beats on there. So just to vibe and just get more of the sound out there, because a lot of people don't know that, or a lot of people are not aware of the stuff that that got cooking up in the mix. So I'm trying to get that squared away.
Yeah, I'll throw my social media out there. Instagram at music by _introvert. So no crazy spelling, exactly what it sounds like.
Listen, this follow the Chord Room. It's my baby. That's all I really, that's all I really care about. 516 if you really want to know Instagram. But listen, Chord Room, we got Chord Room, we got Collab Presents. We got mugs and stores. Listen, I asked them, where they're gonna be in 3 years. Listen, in 3 years, I ain't gonna be doing no podcasts. Straight up. I'm gonna have enough money to fall back and do other things for other people and be chilling. With that being said, hop on the bandwagon, and because in 3 years, if you're on the bandwagon and you just getting on, I'm gonna kick you. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it's the Chord Room. QV3. We out. Peace. Yeah.